So this is part 3 of the pgLang New York theory. If you're watching this video, I'm assuming you've watched parts 1 and 2. And if you haven't, go watch those before this one so you have all the context. I will link both videos in the description. But quick summary, in part 1, we theorized that pgLang might be surprise dropping another artist similar to how they debuted Imani Imani, and that this next artist would be from New York with a traditional New York hip hop sound. We were led there by this name and the Ready to Die album cover on the pgLang mood board. Now, in part 2, we found that the name says Santana Bandana, and we made some possible connections. The most likely is Tana Leone, though there is a somewhat compelling case that it may be an unknown artist by the name of Henry Martin, who is from Brooklyn and has worked with one of Doechie's producers. So after making part 2, I was looking at the mood board to see if I noticed any other patterns and any other possible New York connections, and I noticed this image in the top right of this old man wearing a baseball jersey and a Yankees hat. I did some digging and found that this is a former MLB player and manager named Casey Stengel. If we look at the jersey he's wearing, it shows all 7 of the teams he either played or managed for, and all 7 were located in the East Coast when he was with them. You've got the Philadelphia Phillies, you've got the Pittsburgh Pirates, you've got the Boston Braves before they moved to Atlanta, you've got the New York Yankees, you've got the New York Mets, the New York Giants before they moved to San Francisco, and the Brooklyn Dodgers before they moved to Los Angeles. One other interesting note about this photo is that it was actually taken in LA. So after the Dodgers moved from Brooklyn to LA in 1958, they did what looks like an old timers day in 1975, where this photo was taken. Again, probably just a coincidence, but still pretty interesting that this guy is obviously a legend in New York. Was affiliated with the Brooklyn Dodgers, and then the actual photo itself was taken in Los Angeles. Now, why is this notable? Well, there's a few reasons. One is that Stengel is known as one of the best managers in baseball history, winning 7 World Series as a manager with the Yankees, and he also won 2 as a player with the Giants. He also holds the record for the longest World Series winning streak with 5 consecutive World Series wins from 1949 to 1953. You can make a parallel that Kendrick was highly successful and still is highly successful as an artist himself, and now is moving into the role of being highly successful as a label manager. Another notable reason is that all 4 of these New York baseball teams, the Yankees, the Mets, the Giants, and the Dodgers, represent all 4 of the main boroughs in New York City. We've got the Dodgers in Brooklyn, we've got the Giants in Manhattan, we've got the Yankees in the Bronx, and then we've got the Mets in Queens. I know Staten Island is a borough, but it's not in the city. Now, what I think is the most interesting reason why Stengel is notable is that he's the only player in Major League Baseball history to play and or manage for all 4 New York franchises. He played for the Brooklyn Dodgers and the New York Giants, and managed for the New York Yankees and the New York Mets. Now, when we go back to the mood board and look at what's surrounding this photo, we see there are multiple jerseys. There's a lot of fashion inspiration, like these hoodies, outfits, shoes, like a bunch of different type of fashion inspiration that's throughout the entire board. So this very well could just be fashion inspiration. But my question is, why this specific photo? Why add a photo of an MLB manager from the 1940s on a mood board that has your plans to debut new artists. If it's just fashion inspiration, well, he's not the only person to ever wear something with multiple teams' logos on it. So why him? Remember those jeans from back in the day with all the NBA logos on them? Right? Like, if it's just fashion inspiration, why not use that? Why this specific photo of a highly successful MLB manager who was born in 1890, by the way, who happens to have the record for the longest World Series winning streak of all time with the New York Yankees, and happens to be the only person in MLB history to have played or managed with all four New York baseball teams that represent all four boroughs of New York. I don't know, man. I feel like I'm definitely reaching with all these videos at this point. But if you know anything about Kendrick and pgLang, they love to leave these mysterious and cryptic clues all over the place. But drop a comment and let me know what you think. Are they telling us they're going to sign and debut artists out of New York? Are they going to try and sign an artist from each borough? Is Kendrick manifesting his plans as a manager? Or is it just fashion inspiration and I'm reaching like crazy? But let me know, drop a comment, and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.